Perfect. We will be good to go. All right, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, Alex, we are ready to rock. I'm glad that all of you are here. I am going to start, I think I'm going to maybe start doing this webinar on a more regular basis. This seems to get a lot more interest, especially lately. It's gotten a lot of interest, this whole reviews thing. And so I think that I will be offering more on this topic as we go into the summer here. So here is what we're going to cover here in the next, say about next 55 minutes or so. I'm going to show you a proven way of really kind of blowing out your reviews, at least how to get 3.5 times more than what you are now. You know, what a lot of people have issues with is how do we get our customers to actually give us reviews? As we all know, you know, it's one, it's a big ask, and two, people are busy and they don't have time. And so I'm going to talk to you about how to get your customers to give you more reviews. And then also, I'm going to show you the right way to set up your website so review searches come to you. Review searches come to you. I'll explain this a little bit further, but basically what you want to do is you want to make sure that, so one of the huge benefits of having reviews is that reviews will drive organic leads to you. Organic, read organic as relatively free. Okay, so how do you get more of those good organic leads coming to you? I'm going to show you how to do that here on this webinar. All right. So this is for you. If you are sick and tired of your customers not leaving you reviews or just not getting enough reviews from your customers, you know, not having enough of a percentage of them leaving you reviews. If you finally want to have a solution for driving more 5-star reviews, this is really important to the sites that matter. And we'll talk about what those are here in a minute. And this is for you if you want to accomplish all of this without spending a fortune and without having to go out and beg for reviews. Does that sound good? Who does that sound good for? This is, by the way, this needs to be kind of interactive. A lot of times I do these webinars and it's just me here talking to you guys. And look, I don't get to interact, and I actually like interacting. If you've ever seen me speak, live and in person, I get to interact with you. I get to actually see you. Well, when you're doing webinars, all I'm looking at really is looking at myself. And, you know, that's no fun. I'd much rather be looking at you. So if this sounds good to you, go into the chat box and just type in yes or type in hell yeah. This sounds good. All right. Awesome. Yes. Yes. Great. Sounds awesome. Good. All right. I got people engaged. I love it. But definitely more fun. It's definitely more interesting. It's definitely more engaging if you guys are here with me and involved. Randy, haven't seen that name in a long time. Mark, glad to have you here, Mark. Awesome. All right. So, magic wand time. Imagine you could wave a magic wand and you could have more 5-star reviews than your competition. Imagine you wave a magic wand and you can show up on page 1, position 1 under the all-important review searches. G4 marketing reviews. Brian's Window Company reviews. People are putting in these searches every single day about your company. And in most cases, you aren't showing up where you need to show up, and I'm going to show you how to do that. All right. So how cool would that be if you were in position 1 on page 1 when it comes to those all important review searches? And imagine if you could wave a magic wand and you can confidently convert more of your customers into reviews so that you'll get more high quality leads and close more sales. Hopefully that sounds good to you, because that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to wave my magic wand and I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, so one of the things here that we got to keep in mind is, technology changes so fast, things change so fast that it's hard to keep up. I mean, look, all of us are busy running businesses every day. We got people to deal with. We've got customers to deal with. We've got our own internal people. We've got sales. We've got numbers we got to hit. We got payroll. We got, how do we keep track of all of this stuff? How do we know what's really working and what's not in all of the different, pieces of the business? So look, if you're a little bit behind on this, don't worry about it. It's not your fault. You've got a ton of other stuff to deal with internally in your own business. At the same time, your customers are busier than ever. Think about it. All these things were supposed to make our lives easier, right? And yeah, in some cases they do make our lives easier, but at the same time, God, they've complicated our lives. God, they've made us busier than ever before and less productive than ever before. So not only are you guys busy, but your customers are busy. So it's getting harder and harder to actually get them to leave you reviews. You are not the only one. All right. So don't think that this is a unique situation to you. Everybody's going through this. All right. So I just want to make sure that you understand that, but also understand that all of that can end for you today, because I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to overcome all of that stuff. All right. That all ends today. All right. So I see a lot of the names on here are really familiar. I mean, there's a lot of people on this call or on this webinar. For those of you that don't know me, I'm not going to bore you with my whole long drawn out story. I think the important stuff for you to know is that I started in the home improvement business 30 years ago. I hate to admit that. I was 21 years old, started in the home improvement business, selling kitchens and bathrooms. Then for somebody else, and then I went on, I started my own companies. I've had 5 home improvement companies. One of my home improvement companies, this one, Handyman Network, I actually franchised around the country. And so I know a little bit about the business. I think what's important for you guys to know, to me is, look, I was a marketing guy. I mean, everything I did in my companies was all about marketing, sales, developing, processes around the company. I even, I franchised, that Handyman Network business. I had 30 franchisees around the country. But what I really loved was the marketing piece of it. And so 2009, 10 years ago, actually, like this month, we started G4 Marketing Group. And really, I mean, the thing I was really good at was the marketing side of it. And so what we did was we attacked the back end of marketing, where most companies really do a poor job of staying in touch with their customers, making sure that they're multiplying their customers, they're keeping their customers. And so that's really where we focus on. We're fortunate enough today to work with some of the biggest names in the home improvement industry. collectively, I think last year our clients probably did somewhere between $500 and $700 million in revenue. And so, again, I think the important thing is for you to know is we're not a marketing company that found the home improvement business. We're home improvement people that created a marketing company to serve the home improvement industry. So a little bit about where all of this kind of came from. So when we first started G4 Marketing Group, we used to do surveys. We used to do customer feedback. And we did tens of thousands of these for years and years and years. So it was basically, I believe we had 10 or 11 questions that we would send out on behalf of our clients to their customers to get the customers' feedback. The whole idea here was, to understand that what's going on, are we doing a good job? Are we delivering a wow experience? In fact, on our surveys, so on the graphic you're looking at here, it goes excellent, good, average, poor. Ours actually went wow. Wow was the number one thing. And then we went down from there. Okay, so what we were always striving for with our clients was to help them create wow experiences in their business. And we did tens of thousands of these surveys on behalf of our clients. But a few years ago, something big really changed. And as we all know, we went to this whole with the birth of Amazon and Google reviews and all that, we got used to looking at reviews for everything. Think about it, for restaurants, for hotels, books, movies, you name it. It started there. But guess what? Now it's moved into everything. Think about it. We don't buy anything anymore. I mean, look, we just updated our phone system. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but I'm going to hold my desk phone up. See this thing? Okay. So we just got, a month ago or 2 months ago, we just got a whole bunch of these phones, right? For everybody in the office and for other people. Well, do you think that we went online and looked at reviews to see, okay, what are these people giving us? Is this phone getting good reviews out in the world? What else? Think about it. This, I'm just grabbing stuff off of my desk. See this? Well, wait. The headphones that I use for my phone. Do you think I went on Amazon and to look at reviews to see this? Of course I did. And this thing was, I don't know what this thing was, $50, $40, $50, I don't know what this was, but I went and looked at reviews. Why? Not only because of the money, but because I don't want to waste time. I don't want to get something that's not going to work. Well, think about home improvements. These people, your customers, are spending a lot of money. So one of the things that we've got to all keep in mind, and this was hard for me to do when I had a home improvement business, was we're writing contracts for $10,000, right? To us, it's just a number. It's $10,000. We got to order windows, or we got to order roofing. We got to put our people together. We got to blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, that $10,000 to us may only be, depending on how good you're running your business, may only be worth $1,000, right? But to your customer, that's a lot of money. To most people in the United States of America, $10,000, $5,000, $3,000, that's a lot of money. And so before they're going to go and they're going to make an investment like that in you, in your service, in your product, do you think they're going to go online and they're going to check you out? Well, according to these stats, over 90% of people do. Now just think about your own behavior, right? It's completely changed. I don't buy books. You guys can see behind me, those of you that can see my, by the way, is my camera on? Can you guys actually see me? Because I'm pointing at stuff. Somebody let me know if you guys can, if my camera is on. Yeah, okay, good. So look at all this, okay? Well, I'm busy, right? I got a lot going on. Do you think I'm gonna pick up a book and invest time in a book that I haven't gone and read reviews for? Think about that, right? I don't even buy 4-star books anymore. Think about that. I don't buy 4-star books. Most stuff, 4 stars is just not enough, right? For you in home improvement, 4 stars ain't anywhere near enough, okay? So it's changed, huge. And we changed with it. We had to, right? The surveys were great, but here's the deal. Surveys are great. Getting your customers' feedback is great. However, what's changed is that all of us need to up our game. We all need to deliver a 5-star experience. Getting the feedback is great, but what's going to make us money, and at the same time immediately give us the feedback is who's going online, are they leaving us reviews, and are they happy or are they not happy? Okay, so for us, we abandoned surveys 3-4 years ago. As great as they are, and I love surveys, I love to look and see, you know, step by step on all of these things. Where were we good? Where were we not good? But guess what? That's not going to help you necessarily make more money. And when you're focused on surveys rather than on reviews, and your competition is focused on reviews, guess what? You are going to lose leads to them, because they're going to look better online when people are going and looking for reviews. They're looking for information about you and about your company and whether or not they can trust you, okay? This has completely changed the game in home improvement, okay? So why am I sharing this with you? Okay, number one, we have a lot of experience with this. We've driven thousands and thousands of reviews online to the sites that matter, like Google, Facebook, Better Business Bureau, okay? These right now are the big 3. These are the sites that matter. I'm not even gonna get into Yelp, okay? Yelp is a whole nother thing. I'm not even gonna get into it. We used to be able to drive, I'll just say this, okay? I'll just say this about Yelp. We used to be able to drive reviews to Yelp, but Yelp is problematic. 2 things. One, they're selective about which ones they actually post. You guys all know this. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. They tend, especially in home improvement, tend to post more negative reviews than they do the positive reviews, even though there are a ton of positive reviews. They tend to do that. But here's something that changed big time for them. I think it was last year, and we have to adjust real quick. They will penalize you if they catch you driving people, your customers, to Yelp. They want people to go to Yelp organically, meaning that they just show up there. All right, they themselves, out of their own desire to leave a review, go to Yelp. So what this means is that when we send out an email or a text message and say, hey, click here to leave us a review, if that link goes to Yelp, guess what? Yelp will penalize you for it. So we abandoned Yelp. All right, the way to kill Yelp is just get really, really good with all of the other ones. Okay, and that's the only thing. There's a couple other strategies, but again, I'm not going to go into there. Right now, today's big focus is on Google reviews. Google is the king, all right? Google is the king, and how do we drive more reviews to Google. So we've learned a few things about how you get consumers, your customers, to leave reviews. And I hate to say it, but the home improvement industry, particularly specialty contractors, roofing, windows, siding, kitchens, bathrooms, what most of you are in, are a little bit late to this party, right? Interestingly enough, home services, plumbing and HVAC, they got this like 2 or 3 years before us, and they're way ahead of us in terms of getting reviews. But our specific windows, roofing, siding, that industry, we're a little late to the party. So we got some catching up to do, and we're helping our clients do that. So let me show you a couple of things of what success looks like, okay? So this is one of our clients, Aries Roofing, been with us since 2010. They were actually the first client we switched over immediately after we kind of discovered this, the breakthrough, if you will, of, oh my God, we got to stop doing feedback right away and we got to go to reviews. So if you check this out, so if you look at the search that I did here, it's Aries Roofing Reviews. So if you haven't done this, don't do it now, just write it down, do it after we're done. Put in your company name and followed by reviews and hit search and see what comes up, all right? See what comes up. So this is kind of what you want to see, all right? On the right-hand side, so Google, again, I think it was last year or the year before, they eliminated all the ads on the right-hand side to make way for this, for what you see here. So you see here on the right-hand side, this is their Google local listing, okay? So you'll notice that, look at their star rating, 4.8, 216 Google reviews. By the way, more than anybody else in their area, in their market, any other roofing company. But look at what shows up here, number one. Number one, their website. Do you see this? ariesroofing.com/reviews. Look at this. You see the star rating is right underneath, and it says 841 reviews. You don't want, when somebody puts in your company name reviews and they hit submit, you don't want this whole first page being third-party sites, other people's web. You want it to be your website. You want people to come to your website, not somebody else's website, you know. So if you look down the list here, all of these other ones are other people's websites, but the number one position is their website. That's what you want, okay? Now look, let me be really clear here about something. I love this graphic too, by the way. The elephant in the room, right? What's the elephant in the room? None of us, us included as a marketing company, you go look at our reviews, we've worked really hard. They're pretty damn good for a marketing company, all right? All 5-star reviews. Anyway, you cannot passively sit by and wait for this to happen for you organically. It's too important to your success. If you sit back and wait for this to just kind of happen, or if you ignore this, you are losing out on not only are you losing out on leads, not only are you losing out on sales, but you're losing out on the long-term viability of your business, okay? Because if you're ignoring this and you've just got a few reviews and your competitors have more reviews than you and they have a system for getting more reviews, guess what? You're going to be pushed further and further and further back. And when you get pushed further and further back, it's going to be harder for you to make leads. It's going to be harder for you to keep leads. Because when people go searching for reviews, if they're not seeing a bunch of reviews, quantity, quality, and recency, okay? If they're not seeing a bunch of reviews, okay, a lot of reviews, if they're not seeing quality reviews, 4.6 to 4.8, and they're not seeing recency like what happened yesterday, guess what? There's a good chance you're going to miss that lead, okay? Here's another great example of a client we have. And this is a smaller company, Okay, now this is a company that, for all intents and purposes, you know, might ignore reviews. Well, we're a smaller company. You know, we could just, I'm not going to share numbers, but we could just kind of ignore it because we do the thing. No, he's taking this seriously. Look at this. 5 stars, 42 Google reviews. I'm going to show you something really cool about this one too in a minute, that of why this is so killer. But, you know, this is a guy here, John Quint, who's not taking this lightly. You know, he's not going to allow this to pass him by. And he's killing it in his market because of this. Check this out, okay? This is another search you can do. Write this down. Don't do it now. Write this down. Put in what you sell. So in his case, he sells siding, okay? So put in best, fill in your product, company, your city, okay? So in this case, look at this. I did best siding company, Plano, Texas. All right, here's the page that comes up. Up here, these 3 are all paid. And these are expensive clicks, okay? But then look at down here in the Google local 3-pack. Who's number 1? Who shows up number 1? Quint Pro Siding. Do you think that, and if you look at number 2, now look, he's got a pretty good competitor here, okay? This competitor, he's 5.0 with 42 reviews. Now this was, I don't know when I did this. This was a couple months ago. So that number is much higher now. But number 2 in this has 4.7 rating and 41 reviews, okay? So they're kind of almost neck and neck, but he's got only 5-star reviews. And then look at the third one, 7, 4.3. Do you think that guy's getting any calls? Especially when you compare them to these 2, right? This is the top of the page of Google on that search. Best siding company, Plano, Texas. Why? Because of the reviews, all right? Plain and simple, that's why he's there. Because he's focused on reviews, right? Do you think, again, I'm gonna ask you, do you think this is driving organic leads to his business? Organic meaning free. He doesn't pay for that listing. Google puts that listing up, and look at it. It's right after the paid clicks. Powerful position to be in. Powerful and profitable, okay? So, you want me to show you how to do all this? If so, put "I'm in" the search box or in the chat box. Cool. It also gives me a chance to get some water. Awesome. All right. Oh, wow. Oh, look. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for, you know, being engaged with me. All right. So I'm going to show you a proven way of getting 3.5 times more reviews from your customers. I'm going to show you 3 ways to get more of your customers to give you more of reviews. And I'm going to show you the right way to set up your website so review searches come to you. Cool? Cool. All right. Number 1, a proven way of getting 3.5 times more reviews from your customers. So when we started, oh, hey, John, good to see you. John Quint is here, but also John from RIHI is here too. Good to see you, John. Long time no talk. All right. So when we first started G4 Marketing, actually, you know, I need to show you guys a sample of it. So when we first started, I'm going to give you the quick background, real quick story. So I was doing some consulting work, and I happened to say to the people I was working with, I was helping a magazine called The Home Mag, which still is in existence today, that is all ads for home improvements. They hired me as a consultant to help them kind of rework their whole sales strategy, their sales presentation. They had salespeople out in the field trying to get contractors to advertise in their magazine so that they can get more leads. Well, one of the things I did one day was just up on the whiteboard, I said, look, guys, you know, this is all great that we're helping these guys get leads on the front end, but there's a huge opportunity for them on the back end. And I kind of sketched out what this whole back end thing would look like. And we just kind of left it at that. Well, a short time after that, I met a guy that was baking cookies for a company that sent out thank you gifts for auto dealerships. Okay, and I thought, oh, that's kind of interesting. And so what they would do is they would send out, and the whole point of this is it was the company that was sending out the cookies. The whole point of this was that GM, Ford, Toyota, Lexus, BMW, whatever it was, and I'm not sure how important, how they do this now actually, but back then, they would send a customer survey out after you bought a car, okay? So let's just say you went out and you bought a Chevy truck, okay? Well, GM would send you a customer satisfaction survey, and based on the survey results, the GM would send money, a bonus or some sort of bonus, back to the dealer. So if you look at this, you know, volume weighted customer satisfaction leadership, you'll see that this was, and I pulled this from, look at this, this is from 2005, okay, 2005. We started G4 in 2009, but this was kind of the deal, was they were ranked, and the higher they were ranked, the more of a bonus they got. And so what this company did was they wanted to get to the customer before GM did on behalf of the dealer. Why did they want to do this? Because they wanted to know how that customer was going to respond to the GM survey, okay? Because they knew that if it was negative, that was going to impact their bonus. And if it was positive, okay, great, they didn't need to do anything, they were fine. And so what this company did was they discovered pretty quickly that if I just send somebody a survey, the chances of us getting it back are almost nothing. However, if we send them a gift with the survey, now all of a sudden our results go way up. If anybody's familiar with the book Influence by Robert Cialdini, in that book, he talks about the law of reciprocity. This is the law of reciprocity at work. So they understood, hey, I'm going to send you cookies, and while you're, and the copy was kind of cool. It said, while you're enjoying these cookies, would you just fill out this feedback form and just drop it in the mail? It was postage prepaid. And so I thought, wow, that's really kind of cool. And so we took that and we adapted that to the home improvement industry. This was back in 2009. So I took that system and I worked with the fulfillment guy to do this completely customized for home improvement. Our first client, who's still with us today, is Charlie Gandell, who's now, he was Dial One Windows, but is now Renewal by Andersen of Orange County. And so we went and we did this for home improvement companies. Now, we've been doing this now for 10 years. Now, people know, if you guys have seen us at events and stuff, people always call us the cookie people, right? They think we're a gifting company. We're not, okay? What we discovered, what we knew was that if we wanted to get people to give us feedback, we needed to employ the law of reciprocity. So we did basically the same thing. We would send out the cookies. We still do today. Now, the cookies are meant to do two things. One is they're meant to show appreciation, okay? Saying thank you, showing up different. leaving them the, Mark says the screenshot is making me hungry. You made me lose my, that was funny, Mark. That made me lose my train of thought. Basically we were doing the same thing. And over the years, for 10 years, we've got data on this for 10 years. So a few months back, I said to my team, I said, do me a favor, go back to, I forgot how far back we went. We went back like a year or two. And I said, I want you to analyze the number of reviews that came from our clients that send out the gift box. So just to give you an idea, this is our premium gift box that we send out, okay? Inside of here is is a jar of cookies, custom branded and all of that. I said, compare this to our clients that don't send the cookies, that only send a thank you card. Guess what we found? That the companies that sent cookies, the box, right, got 3.5 times more reviews online. So think about what has to happen for somebody to make reviews, right? So you've got to get somebody to click a link or go, like into their Google account and then, put the stars and then write up a review and all of that. It's a lot of work, right? And so we discovered this and we're like, wow, we knew it. We just didn't know the number. So it's a 350% difference between the gift and no gift, all right? So the one thing here, though, that I want to make sure that everybody's clear about is that today, a satisfied customer to me is a liability. To me, today, all of us, regardless of the business that we are in, we have got to be focused on converting a ordinary customer, a quote unquote satisfied customer, into a raving fan. That is the number one thing that's going to drive more reviews to your business. Okay? Number one thing. Okay? Here's 3 more things, 3 more ways that you're going to get your customers to give you reviews. Now, that was John, by the way. This is John Quinn Proside. I actually did an interview with him for the Wealthy Contractor podcast. I'm not sure when it's going to be released. I'm thinking it's next month, but look out for it because we talk about exactly how he does this. How does he get only 5-star reviews, and how does he get? I think, John, it's like 70. He's on this on the webinar. It's like 70 or 80% of his customers to give him reviews. That's a remarkable number. Okay, it's a remarkable number, and not all of the reviews go to Google. A lot of them are, they're internal also, but a lot of them end up on Google. Okay, so how does he do it? He does face-to-face. Okay, so he uses our review platform called Authentic Feedback. He goes to the job site, visits with the client as when the job is completed, and says. And says, hey, everybody's got their cell phone with them all the time. He said, and then he goes to the app, and voila, walks them through the process, face to face, gets them to leave him a review, walks them through it right then and there. Okay, that's one way. Now, you can't do that in some cases, like Mark and John that are on, you guys that are on this call. You run organizations that are, significantly larger than most. You, Mark, can't go and see everybody. John, you can't go and see everybody. Okay, and it's going to come a time where John might not even be able to see everybody. So what are some of the other ways to do it? Well, one of the ways is you send a box, you know, like we do, send the box. Inside the box is a request for feedback. Number two, send an email. Okay, this is a sample of the email that we send out on behalf of our clients. The third thing you do is you text them and you request the feedback through texting. Okay, again, remember, elephant in the room. I said you can't passively wait for this to happen organically. You've got to work at it. Okay, this is worth your time and resource investment, because as I showed you earlier, it turns into a lot of reviews, or I'm sorry, leads, and high quality leads for John, for Aries. Okay, last thing, the right way to set up your website so review searches come to you. So I showed you this, right, for Aries Roofing. This is the right setup. When somebody is searching for reviews on your site, this is what you want them to see in the Google search. Okay, you'll notice here, see this right here? This is not automatic. This is not automatic. There has to be plumbing behind this. Okay, there has to be a code behind this in order to make this happen. And there needs to be a review system behind it in order to make this happen. Okay, here's, like I said earlier, here's the new reality. Okay, all of the advertising that you do, regardless of what the advertising is, whether it's canvassing, newspapers, TV, trade shows, home shows, marriage mail, Valpak, magazines, whatever. Here's the deal. Here's what everybody's doing. They're going in to search your company name, reviews. They want to know. They want to know. Like I said, they want to know, how many reviews do you have? What's the quality of those reviews? And what'd you do yesterday? What'd you do a couple days ago? Right? And here, when they do that search for Aries, guess what shows up number one on the page? Their website, their reviews. So when you click on this, where does it go? Where does it go? It goes to their website, not Home Advisor, not Better Business Bureau, not whatever else is on the first page. By the way, on this page, down, you'll notice, see, this is why we focus on Better Business Bureau. Look at where Better Business Bureau shows up. Number 3 and number 4 on the search page. Down below the page, I wanted to make sure you guys can see this. Down below the page, before the end, Facebook shows up. I hate Facebook, but guess what? Facebook shows up on page 1. So you got to make sure you're driving some reviews to Facebook as well. Just a little bonus there for you. All right. So there you go. Okay. So I've just shown you a proven way of getting 3.5 times more reviews from your customers. I've shown you 3 other ways to get more of your, actually I've shown you more than 3, but 3 other ways of getting your customers to give you more reviews. And the right way to set up your website so review searches come to you. All right. So who on the training here on this webinar, who wants to take control of their online reviews? Type in yes into the chat box. You guys are awesome, man. Boom. Yes, 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 yes. Awesome. Yes, you want to take control of your reviews. John Quint put in yes. John, you've already got control of your reviews, man. He's great. I love John. We just wait for the interview. John says he wants more. So again, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. I hope that if you got nothing else out of this today, that you got that you cannot just passively sit by and wait for something to happen. This is not going away. And the longer you wait, the the more opportunity you are giving your competition to just bulldoze you and just go right past you, like what John is doing in his market to his competition. I mean, he's just bulldozing them because of the reviews. Okay. Now, also, just by the way, I want to say, by the way, is John's doing an amazing job with customer experience. He's creating raving fans. Okay, that's kind of like the underlying the thing here. But a lot of you are doing that. A lot of you are working hard to make your customers happy. So why not reap the rewards? All right. So now some of you might be wondering, well, how do I put this to work in my business? Well, I got a solution for you. You got to make a choice though. Do I want to do this the hard way, the expensive way, or do I want to get results quick? Do I want to do this easy and fast and affordable? Okay, so those of you that are in easy, fast, and affordable, I want to offer you our solution, which is called Authentic Feedback. And this is our review platform. And what it helps you do is get real-time feedback. You know, we call it real feedback from real people, okay? And generate positive online reviews quickly, easily, and consistently. Now look, let's just be clear about who this is not for. So I don't know if any of you on this, you know, training, you probably wouldn't be on this training if this was you, but here's who this is not for. If you're a company that's just doing bad work, this ain't for you, because all it's going to do is it's going to help drive more negative reviews. If you are not focused on your customer experience and you basically, it's like, well, I'm just too busy, I can't focus on that, I don't care that much about it, this is not for you. If you have a need to like reinvent the wheel and want to go figure this out on your own, this ain't for you either. This is quick, easy, and ready to go real fast. So our system is designed to once and for all end the pain of getting more 5-star reviews on the sites that matter. And I keep saying that because you've got to understand, you've always got to understand, what are the sites that matter? What are the sites that are going to make you money? And right now, Google's number one. Google is number one. Facebook and Better Business Bureau are right behind. Those are the sites that are going to make you money. So once and for all, end the pain of getting more 5-star reviews on the sites that matter, so you will get more high quality leads, close more sales, and make more money without having to beg. That's what this is all designed to do. So let's take a quick look at Authentic Feedback and what you get and what's included. So first off, like I showed you with John Quint, what does he do? He just goes to his phone, okay, hits the app right there on his phone, and he comes to a page like this, and he puts in their customer's name and phone number. He's right there in front of me. You got your phone with you? Oh, okay, great. Here, what's your name? What's your phone? Okay, great. Hit send. You just got a text, right? Yeah, hit that link. Just right in front of a person. I did this to somebody at an event. They were asking me about reviews. I said, you got your phone? I said, yeah. I said, what's your name? I said, what's your phone number? And I put it in, I hit submit, and he's like talking to me. I said, did you just get a text? He said, yeah. I said, hit that link. And he's still like engaged in the conversation with me about how do I get more reviews? And this came up. And I said, hit that. I said, do you have a Google account? He said, yeah. I said, hit yes. I said, see that right there? I asked him, I said, did I do a good job? I was speaking. I said, did I do a good job speaking? He said, oh yeah, it was great. I said, did I earn 5 stars? Like if you were to rate me? He said, yeah. I said, then just hit 5 on that. Hit the 5 stars. Great. And I said, now write something. Mind you, this is like happening real quick. You know, I'm filling in the gaps for you, but I didn't with him. I'm just there with him. This whole thing, I got a 5-star review from him inside of a minute. And I said to him, I said to him, do you know what you just did? And he said, like that. I mean, he was kind of blank. I said, dude, you just left me a 5-star review on Google for G4 Marketing Group. I said, that's how easy this can be. And he was like blown away. But this is what John does, John Quint does. I have other clients that do it too, but John is just, I mean, he's just freaking amazing at it. And he always loves to share with me. I love my clients that come back to me and share their success stories. All right. So look, so you get that, but that's not all. You know, I mean, that's just one great feature, one great benefit of this. But we're also going to give you the ability to do the live streaming on your website, which is what drives the star rating on the website. So all of this has to happen by having a live streaming widget on your website, plus what's called a review schema markup. And believe it or not, this is super simple. You just go to your web person, give them the code, and boom, there it is. It just shows up on your website. We'll show you how to set this up. So this is what the live streaming kind of looks like on the website. There's a dashboard that you get, obviously with authentic feedback, and you have the ability to go online, on social media, for those of you that have Facebook, and take your 5-star reviews and actually post them as news, I think, or posts on Facebook. It doesn't give you a Facebook review, okay? You can't do that, but it does give you the ability to put into your newsfeed posts that look like this, okay? Like what we do for Aries, all right? Now, as a bonus to do this, so generally, if you just get authentic feedback, we just go and we turn it on and we show you how to get it set up. But, and by the way, authentic feedback is only for home improvement companies. We don't work with a lot of these review companies. They work with dentists and doctors and restaurants and this and that. We only work with home improvement companies. That's it. Okay, that's our space, home improvement companies. So as a bonus, you're going to get access to my team. Okay, now this is huge because we are going to set this up for you. Okay, we're going to set the whole thing up so that you don't have to worry about the setup. We are constantly on the lookout for best practices, and we'll share best practice. There's even a kit, a small kit that you're going to get when you sign up with authentic feedback with best practices in it. We're going to provide you and your team training. Normally, when you sign up for stuff like this, you don't get a human being that's going to train you. They just say, oh, go watch these videos, and here's how you set it up, and here's how you execute the system. No, we're actually going to get online like this, and we're going to train you on how to use the authentic feedback system. Plus, we're going to give you ongoing support. So if you ever have a question, or you ever have an issue, you ever have a problem, my team is going to be there to help you with that. You get to speak to a live human being, not go to some of these places you have to do like put in a support ticket and all of that BS. You get none of that here. You pick up the phone, you call us, boom, we're there. You'll have an account manager assigned to you that will help you get all of this done. Now, if you were to get this from us, here's the value of what this is. The setup, the startup, $495. If you, the review platform is $247 a month, generally paid a year in advance, okay? So that's, if you do the math on that, 12 months at $247 is $29.64. And then included in that, though, with the 12 months is not only do you get the whole platform, obviously, but we give you the live streaming, the review schema markup, the social sharing, the authentic feedback toolkit. And then as a bonus, like I said, you're going to get access to my team. And that, $500 for that's nothing. That's 2 phone calls, right? That's one sharing of best practice. That's one having them go and set this thing up for you. That alone is worth the $500. So if you look at this in total value, you're looking at almost $4,000. You're looking at $39.59. The question here, though, so $39.59 is not a whole lot of money, but the real question is, what is your reputation worth to you? What is a lead worth to you, right? What is a sale worth to you? For most people in the home improvement industry, an issued lead is 400, and the new number is 411 or 412 bucks, something like that. That's a crap load of money. And then you need 3 of those generally to make a sale. So now you're looking at $1,200 to $1,300 in marketing cost just to make a lead, or to make a sale. Okay. So what's it worth to you? What's your reputation worth to you? Is it worth a few thousand bucks? God, I would hope so, right? So let's look at this. So the value of this thing's $39.59. I'm not going to charge you that, okay? The regular price for this, $34.59. Startup, 12 months, $34.59 is the regular price. But guess what? On this webinar, because you are here with me, I'm going to do something that I only do once in a while. And that is that I'm going to give you a huge discount basically on this. So instead of you having to pay 12 months upfront and pay $495 in startup and pay $247 a month, instead, I'm going to do one-time setup for $299, the startup, and I'll do $147 a month. $147 a month to month. No contract, you can cancel at any time. Okay, that's a hell of a deal. That's saving you a ton of money. Now we have clients that pay us up, you know, God, we have clients that pay us over $20,000 a month to include this within their, you know, in their programs. But I'm offering you the ability to have the Authentic Feedback platform on its own for $147 a month. Now, as with everything that we do, you have 100% risk-free guarantee. Here's how it's going to work, okay? Number one, unconditional. You try it for 30 days. If for whatever reason, I don't care what the reason is. I might want to know what the reason is just out of curiosity, but you try it out for 30 days. If you don't like it, I'll give you every penny of your money back. Everything. No question. I'll give you a full refund. Now, that's unconditional. But here's what I'll do. I'll go another 60 days. Okay, so total of 90 days. Another 60 days where I'll give you all of your money back. Every single penny you've given me. But in the second 60 days, you just have, all you have to do is show me best effort. Just show me that you tried using it, and that's it. I'll give you all of your money back for whatever reason, okay? You just have to, in the second 60 days, you just have to show me that you tried it, okay? So now look, if you want to take advantage, we're right at 12 o'clock. If you have any questions, hit me up in the chat box. But if you want to go and take advantage of this now, which I suggest you do, if you don't have a review platform, if you don't have a review system, you can either scan the QR code that I have on there. If you have a QR reader on your phone, super simple, just put it up to the screen now, and this will pick it up. Or go to this URL. By the way, on this, you could just put in you don't have to put in the HTTP. You can just put in tiny, tiny.cc/AFMay. AFMay, Authentic Feedback May. Tiny.cc/AFMay. Okay? And you can go there and you can get signed up for this. Right when you get signed up, then somebody from my team will reach out to you to start the setup process with you. We are, keep in mind, other review, there's lots of other review platforms. You can go, but most of the setup you're going to do on your own. You don't have time for that. My team is going to do all of that for you. That's why I'm trying to make this a no-brainer for you. So remember, this system is designed to once and for all end the pain of getting more 5-star reviews on the sites that matter. Okay, so you'll get more high-quality leads, close more sales, and make more money without having to go beg for more reviews. Authentic Feedback, again, by G4 Marketing Group. This is our platform. We only work with home improvement companies. And our goal with you is, that, for those of you that know us, our real focus, our main program is really all about developing sticky relationships with customers, getting more referrals, getting more repeat business, developing long-term profitable relationships. Reviews are a part of what we do. Okay, just a part of what we do, but it's a standalone piece. We can do it as a standalone piece. So this is all about helping you generate positive online reviews quickly, easily, and consistently. tiny.cc/AFMain. And again, remember, I'm giving you a lot here, okay, because I want this to be successful for you. So we're going to set up the platform for you. You're going to get complete access to authentic feedback. I'm not leaving any pieces of this out. The live streaming, the review schema markup. By the way, those two things, we will work with your person, whoever does your website. My team will work with them. My team will deliver to them what they need. So you don't have to worry about the code and all of that stuff. My team will very clearly tell your website person, here is what you need to do. And it's not, by the way, it won't cost you a fortune. Okay, basically adding a page to your website is what it is. But you get the live streaming, review schema markup, social sharing. You're going to get my team support on this. You get the toolkit. I mean, easily this is worth the $4,000. But like I said, $299 setup, $147 a month, no contract, cancel at any time, 90-day guarantee. I mean, kind of got nothing. I'm trying to make this a complete and total no-brainer for you guys. If you have any questions, I see there's a couple questions in the chat box. By the way, when you go to the page, you'll see why I did tiny.cc, because the link is big and ugly. But this is the page that you're going to come to. You're going to be asked to pay the setup in your first month. This is what the setup page is going to look like when you go to that link, or you hit the QR code. Okay, questions. Somebody's asking US or Canadian. Assuming we do have Canadian clients, but it's US dollars. Sorry. Do I have an opinion about Houzz? Yeah, it depends. Some people use it for review, or not reviews, but leads, and they have success with it. And then some people don't. So if you're using Houzz, I would, so here's what anytime you're going to work with something like a Houzz or a Home Advisor, I would really try and get 2 reviews. I would try and get them to leave a review at Houzz, because that's going to help you get more reviews or more leads from Houzz. But I'd also try and get them to go to Google and leave a review at Google. And there's a dance you got to do when you're asking people to do 2 things. There's a dance you got to do. Yeah. How long does this offer last for? Like today, this afternoon, now? I gotta stop and get lunch at some point. This takes a lot out of me, so not that long. I have, Sean says, I have several review platforms. Okay, that's bad. You don't want several, if it's what I think it means. I have several review platforms. If I go with you, I assume you will take it to the next level. Yeah, will you take it to the next level? You take it to the next level, we'll take it to the next level. I don't know what other review platforms you have. You don't want multiple, review platforms. You just want the one. And so if you go with ours, great. We'd love to do that. I actually think, oh, got it. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. He's chatting with me about the review platform that he's got. Um, yeah, that's a decent one. Although I'm not sure. I'm not sure that that platform does the schema markup, the review. I'm pretty sure they do the review streaming, um, but I'm not sure about the schema markup. You want the schema markup, you want the reviews page on your website, like I showed you, so people are driving to your website. John, I'm gonna look at it for you, and see where we're at. I'll look at it. Sean says, "Thanks, Brian. Go get lunch." Thank you. You guys have been so awesome. You're welcome. I'm getting some thank yous. You're welcome. I mean, I'll hang out as long as you guys have questions. I'm happy to hang out. If you have questions about anything else, either about not just about the review platform, but anything else, I'm happy to answer those questions. But I really want to help. You know, there's too many window and roofing and siding companies out there that are just, you know, my whole thing is you got to work less to make more. You can't be out there killing yourself. That's not what business is about. You know, the business should be there to serve your life, to give you more life, not take life away from you. And, you know, this is one of those things where, you know, people make it a lot harder than it needs to be, or they're so focused on putting out fires and reacting to everything that's happening that they're not working on the things that can give them real leverage. I mean, you look at the business that John Quint has created in his, you know, small town in Plano, Texas. It's awesome. And it's because, you know, he's focused on the customer experience, and he's focused on how do I take that customer experience and leverage that customer experience so that it brings me more customers. You know, my whole thing about marketing is everything you do to create, keep, and multiply customers. Okay. So most people are so focused on the creating part that they do nothing to keep that customer, and they certainly don't do anything to multiply that customer. And there's a lot of ways to multiply customers, and this is one of them. You know, so so that's, you know, that's the big you know, that's the big reason why I think that, you know, something like this is just so important. And that's why I decided, you know, to do another webinar about this, and I'll probably keep doing them until you guys, like, you know, until, you know, we're helping a lot of people solve this one problem, you know. Oh, cool, Mark. Let me know. Jim says, thanks. Love the podcast also. Glad to hear it. By the way, Jim, if you haven't done so already, I would really appreciate it if you would go to iTunes and leave a review for the podcast. I was looking at it the other day. I'm going to talk just a little bit, you know, since it's just us. And how many of you are still left? Oh, a bunch of you. So, I was trying to figure something out with the podcast, and I was going back and forth with my IT guy the other day, and I happened to notice the last time I looked at iTunes for reviews, we had like 40 something 5-star reviews, which I thought was awesome. Sorry. And then yesterday, or a couple days ago, I looked at it, we're at like 60 something reviews. So that's been growing. And if you guys notice, when I send out the emails, if you guys are on the email distribution list, we ask for reviews for the podcast there, but I also ask for them at the end, in the bumper at the end, for reviews. I mean, even with something like a podcast that's basically free, right? I'm working to get people to go leave reviews, because the more reviews that are left there, one, it gives me really good feedback, right? To know that, hey, people are enjoying it, people are getting value from it, but also it helps get it out to more people, right? Same thing with this deal. You know, if you go look at our, you know, G4 Marketing uses this platform. We're the only company that's not a home improvement company, by the way, that's on our Authentic Feedback platform. I should say that. We're the only home improvement company. So, you know, but we use the exact same platform. So if you go to our website, you'll see this in action. Sorry, I'm looking at another. Brian, is this the way to go? I set up with Angie's List and have not got anything. And I have all great reviews out there. I'm not exactly sure, James, I'm not exactly sure what the question is there. Can you clarify the question? I'm happy to answer it for you. But I'm not exactly sure is what the way to go. Sorry, I'm just kind of unclear. And then when you say you haven't gotten anything from Angie's List, you mean you haven't gotten reviews or you haven't gotten leads? They're different there. So if you give me some clarity there, hopefully I can share an answer there with you. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold, and just luckily it just hit me now, the coughing. All right, so let me see here. Always great. Yeah, okay, cool. Answered questions. All right, so look, everybody. I am grateful for all of you, everybody in the wealthy contractor community that's part of these webinars and the podcasts and all of that. I really enjoy your feedback. So if ever, you know, when you get one of my emails, if you wouldn't mind just hitting reply, give me your feedback. Tell me, you know, is there anybody you want to hear from? Is there any subjects here on these monthly trainings that you want me to cover? I'm doing all of this for you guys, as you know, and all this stuff's free. Obviously, of course, you know, our services aren't, but all of these trainings, all of the education and all of that, there's no fee for. And so I kind of, the way I come up with content and people to interview is basically, I go look for people that are doing it right. And I want to learn from them so that we can share best practices, not only with our clients, but also with the whole community. So I really rely on your feedback to let me know what you want to know more about, what you want to hear more about, who, you know, is there anybody in particular that you want me to interview? I got some really great interviews coming up. I did 2 yesterday. We've got like 2 or 3 that are being produced, you know, that are being worked on and produced right now. So anyway, I've renewed with Angie's List and have not got much in ROI. So our platform is going to be different than Angie's List. You need both. So Angie's List, so there are services out there that are their own, what I call their own universe. Angie's List is one of them. Home Advisor is one of them. So Angie's List, for example, is its own universe, okay? And in order for you to, so now they have a free version. It used to be that you couldn't get reviews out of Angie's List unless you paid a fee. Angie's List those reviews are going to live inside of Angie's List, and they should help drive leads from that universe. But that universe is a small little universe compared with the outer universe of Google, let's say. Okay, Google is the big universe. And so you want to actually have both. It's not one or the other. If you want to get leads from Angie's List, then you got to play that game with Angie's List. And you got to get reviews within Angie's List. You probably got to pay for leads inside of Angie's List. You may want to look at, so one of the things with Angie's List, by the way, that I really like is they still have the whole paid version of Angie's List. That is a much better prospect. That is a much better lead, the paid people, than the free people. I understand why they went to free, right? But if you can get your ads, if you can get your information to the people that have paid through the magazine, the print magazine, or through some way of targeting only the people that pay, I think you'll get a much better ROI out of Angie's List. But again, Angie's List is their own universe. And if you, again, that's not anything you control. Angie controls Angie's List. You can control Google. You can control your reputation outside of Angie's List. And so what you don't want to do is you don't want to get stuck inside of their universe. You want to build your own reputation, your own reviews, your own lead generation outside of Angie's List as well. I hope that answers your question. All right. So with that said, everybody, I hope May, we got 1 day left in May, 1.5 actually, today and tomorrow. So hopefully you guys will get a good little rally, finish May strong, start off June. June is the last month of the second quarter. I know we are going to be hustling. We're, you know, luckily our business is growing. We're up a pretty good clip over last year. We are hustling. Hopefully you guys are hustling as well. Hope you guys are making a lot of money. Remember, you're not in business for charity. I used to work for a woman. We called her Dragon Lady. Long story, but she used to say, it was this great line. She used to say, "Hey, you don't see me with a red cross on my shirt, right?" Meaning, we're not charity here. We're here to make money, and your business is all about making money, but providing so much value to your customer that they're happy to pay, and that they're thrilled with you, and they're thrilled with writing you a check. I'd like to think that our clients are very happy writing us a check every month for the services that we provide, because we aim to deliver so much value to them that they'll never want to let go. So I hope the same for all of you. All right, everybody. Again, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. If I can do anything for you, just reach out to me, and I will be happy to help in any way I can. All right. Thank you all. See you next time.